I'm gonna put the link in the well for later watchers. I'm gonna put the link in the description. But for right now, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So we were watching this video, and we definitely decided not to put it on air because fucking, the last time we got a weak strike for a little kid shooting the gun on the ground on accident or whatever the fuck happened. This one was some teenagers, and the girl shot the boyfriend in the head. So fucking, you know, Darwinism? Is that just Darwinism?
Preemptive gang violence prevention.
Is it, was that mob action? No, there was only two of them. There was only two of them. But yeah, it was a fucked up video. They were like doing a selfie in the mirror, and then the guy had a gun, and it had one of them fucking like 50 round, the 50 round drums for a Glock, and fucking, um, yeah, pointed it, picked it up off the counter, pointed at his head, and fucking popped him. And she looked genuinely surprised. I don't think that she fucking I don't know if she necessarily I mean obviously she did it on purpose, but I don't know if she did it on purpose on purpose.
You're saying you don't know that she meant to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She put the gun to his head on purpose. I don't know. I see, listen, people have told me all the time keep your finger off the trigger. I've learned the fucking safety rules, blah blah bullshit. But even just resting your finger on the trigger, I I feel like it takes brain power and muscle to actually pull the trigger. Not a lot of either one, but like, how do you accidentally pull the trigger? I don't understand that part. Can you tell me, Tony? Aside from getting it caught in your fucking pants or thinking that it's empty, which is a dumb mistake to make anyway, thinking that it's empty. But I mean, how do you accidentally pull the trigger if your finger's just resting on it?
If you're not used to handling a firearm, I suppose if you just tighten your grip and you do it like you're grabbing a baseball bat or something, you just clench all the fingers.
Yeah,
Knives! Damn, we thought you was dead or migrated to Australia or something.
I thought you were hiding. That's all that was, or maybe I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't see how someone can accidentally pull the trigger. That's just fucking kind of nuts to me. Like even on this fucking Glock, I'm not gonna do it right now because I've been watching videos of people having bad luck all morning. But I mean, even if I depress enough to get that safety thing out of the way, that little blade thing on the trigger, it's not going nowhere still. Like I don't know, I don't get it.
Like I say, I'd assume that she just
Gripped with her whole hand.
clench her. Yeah,
Stupid bitch.
and they
Stupid
looked like
bitch.
they were like 12 or 13 to me.
Yeah, they were kids. Like that's why I was like, ah, shit, I can't show this. These are kids.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's fucking prevention of some gang violence down the road.
Yeah, yeah. One less possible drive-by.
Well, at least one less shooter in the drive-by.
Yeah, exactly. And another gun off the street. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Where the hell's Knives been?
Yeah, Knives, what you been up to, huh? But oh yeah, I was watching too that fucking the well, not this morning. All I got to see was them walk into the court. But I was watching that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing. They're fucking so Amber Heard beat the shit out of Johnny Depp, and now I guess she's suing him for defamation of character. I don't know.
I can,
I'm just putting that together from what I saw.
uh, don't give a fiddler's fuck.
Yeah, I don't care either. I did think it was funny though. Amber Heard just walked in there like a total bitch. and nobody cheered Amber Heard, but everybody cheered Johnny Depp. So I feel like I know who's gonna win that case.
And he probably entitled to win in that case. I mean, she did fuck with him, but that's what bitches do.
Yeah, you can't let them fuck with you. And if they continue to just keep fucking with you after you don't let them fuck with you, then you need to get another one. Go to the horror store
Yeah, that's
and buy you another one. Do like what?
yeah.
Nino Brown. You ever seen New Jack City?
Uh, God, I thought I did.
Cancel that bitch. I'll buy another one. Famous line from Wesley Snipes.
Run down to the hose all us.
Yeah. I thought they closed the Hoes R Us. Nigga, that was Toys R Us. Go. Get in the house. But yeah, so that was fucking another thing. Oh, and I seen Liam Neeson had a movie out, not his new movie, but the 2021 movie, and he was a fucking border patrol guy, and these two, a Mexican mom and son, were running away, and their brother stole a bag of money from the cartel, and um, came back and was like, "We gotta get out of here," and then they were like, "We gotta vamonos," and they fucking left. And the cartel was chasing him, and then Liam Neeson, he ain't a border patrol, but he's a Marine Corps, and he lives right on fucking like right by the border. So when they like climbed through the fence, he caught him, and he fucking, hey, stop. And then they fucking were like, no, 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 we gotta go, and he stopped to call fucking ICE or whatever, and the cartel started shooting at him and killed the mom. And fucking, I don't know, I was me and my wife had like a small argument on that part of it. I was like, well, if he didn't even fucking never stop him, they would have fucking, the mom would have lived. The kid said that later on in the movie too. Like, if he wouldn't have stopped them, that mom would have lived. They would have got away probably.
What's your point?
Fucking Marines, man. Fucking Marines. Can't mind their own business. I'm just joking. No, there's
Well,
no point. It was
Liam
a Liam
Neeson,
Neeson movie. It was fucking trash.
Liam Neeson being a Marine is one of the most unbelievable things.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta suspend disbelief for that one for sure.
Fuck is the matter with your goddamn microphone?
I'm standing outside smoking a cigarette, and I have horrible internet today.
What? Because the skies are clear and it's cold.
Absolutely. That's like the worst day to have internet out here in this fucking hodunk town is on a good day.
Okay.
But yeah,
I did finish the truck.
good. How did that ordeal go? Smooth?
It was all right. I had to cut the ball joint loose with the fucking die grinder, but other than that, it was all right.
That sounds like a pain in the nuts.
It took about 2 minutes.
Oh. That ain't bad at all.
Hardest part was getting the two freaking anti-sway bar end links on. That's a real bitch by yourself.
Mm. Yeah, because it would be a lot easier if you had somebody on the other side.
Yeah, to hold them in line so you get both of the threaded rod up through the damn sway bar.
Yeah.
But we managed, so. And it drives better.
Well, I would imagine, yeah.
I gotta watch it now because you yanked the wheel to avoid a deer or something. Somebody's gonna try to do a U-turn.
Just fucking, yeah, turn straight
I was
around.
kind, I was kind of surprised at how quickly it would turn when the front end was tight.
Just be careful. Oh, yeah, that, you know, that reminds me too. Don't do one of those movie flips like the car. All the cars flip the same exact way. If you guys watch a car flip in a movie, they all flip the same exact way. Kind of like what Tony's saying. They turn their fucking wheel too fast, and then they like flip.
They put the air cannon right behind the driver's seat, so it flips that way.
Mm. Is that what it is?
Yeah. If you watch a lot of them, you can see when that car starts to go over, you see the air cannon in the bottom.
Oh, you could totally like in this the movie I was watching yesterday. Fuck, it's called fuck. I forgot what the fuck it was called. The Watchmen or something. I don't know what it was fucking called. Liam Neeson movie where he's a border patrol guy. But anyway, you could totally tell like the wheels fucking went diagonal all of a sudden to the left, and then it fucking like popped up. I'm like, oh yeah, this car's gonna fucking flip.
A lot of these are pretty hard to get to roll over unless you put something in it to make them go. Fuck, I've
Uh,
yanked wheels on vans to avoid deer and never turned one over.
yeah, you ain't flipping like that. Yeah. That's why I thought it was funny when you said that. I was like, oh yeah, that in a movie that would cause a flip.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, fucking. I've had triggers surprise me, but I've never accidentally pulled one. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like even when I had a discharge, the trigger wasn't even involved. You're an I'm there with you on accidentally pulling the trigger. How the actual fuck? What
I
was the Reddit? Oh, I got the gunmetal guy. I put it in the chat. But if it didn't stay in the chat, it's in the description of this video. It's the first link in there. I even titled it "Girl Shoots Boyfriend." It's in the link. But yeah, it's fucking it's. I mean, it's not gory or gruesome, but it is a guy getting murdered on camera. So uh, be warned. It ain't
African
gruesome, right, John?
American young. No, it's an African American young lady shooting an African American young man in the back of the head.
I on what would seem to be accidentally.
I got it as accidental.
I took it as accidental too, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think, how the fuck? What did Sammy said? Well, what the actual fuck? How the actual fuck do you manage to accident? You know what a gun does, right? You know? I don't know. But good morning, everybody out there. Ozzy, Gunmetal Guy, Sammy,
Knives,
Knivesy,
Mikey.
Knivesy Poo.
Update from the story I talked about a little bit Monday.
Oh yeah,
You know,
please.
I said that Walmart was offering their truckers 80 grandish to start driving. Uh, the next day they said 92 or 95 grand was the start.
That is the fucking. That's a good paycheck.
No shit for driving a goddamn truck for Walmart.
Now, is Walmart truck drivers, is that more of a local or is that an over the road? Or do you not know?
This part was over the road.
Oh, okay. Because I was imagining like Walmart. How the fuck far do you have to go?
From their warehouse to the store.
To China?
I don't think they truck shit over here, but you do have to get it in a truck to get it from the boats.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are so many coastal states to choose from, so they gotta go from there to wherever they're at.
Yeah, but
That's
most of it, I'm sure, is distribution center to store.
well, then that would be all fucking local, ain't it?
No. You see Walmart trucks all over the fucking place when you're driving down the damn interstate.
That is true. That is true.
I guess what the news is saying, they're the only retail giant like that in the country that has their own trucking, which I suppose that would be one way to control all of that yourself.
Well, yeah, fucking Walmart. Well, it was two guys or whatever. Those two guys, fucking families are probably set for generations.
I think Walmart itself is just one, Sam Walton.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was a couple guys that got together and fucking.
No, it's just saying.
How to rip off Americans and destroy small American businesses 101. Walmart.
And the cocksucker started out as one.
Of course. Of course, but then after you sell your soul to the devil, you got to kind of go do some fucking shady shit. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about Sam Walmart.
The last thing I seen of that dude, he was like 85 or 90 years old out on his property in a 35-year-old truck that he bought new. And he's like, why would I trade it off when it still works?
Oh, he's one of
Because
those.
obviously you didn't buy that motherfucker at Walmart.
He's one of those guys, eh? Penny pinching.
Oh, yes.
Sam Walmartberg. Walmart. Sam Walmartstein. Why would I buy a new truck when this truck works perfectly good?
I fall for that one.
Yeah, I'd buy that for $1.
I mean, you know, I'm driving a 20, what is it now, 22-year-old Suburban and a 17-year-old, 16 or 17-year-old truck. 16, yeah.
Nope, Sammy says we're wrong. Says accidental my ass. How do you shoot someone directly in the back of the skull by accident? Not fucking possible. She executed that man in cold blood.
Nice of her to videotape a confession.
Right. This is like how many people fucking. A lot of people have gotten killed or killed themselves on fucking like Facebook Live, Instagram Live. It's crazy shit, man. That's crazy shit. Some of the
I don't know,
videos are fucking gruesome.
people are fucking stupid.
I put the one I wanted to show that one video a while ago where the guy killed himself on fucking Facebook with a rifle, but I couldn't show that video at all. His entire head like exploded. And then the poor dog in the background. The dog is who I felt sorry for, because now not only did his fucking owner kill himself, but it was fucking it walked in the back and you could hear it like you could hear the blood dropping on the floor and shit, trickling down and shit. But then you could hear the dog lapping up the blood, and it was just the most fucking horrifying thing I've ever witnessed in my life with that dog. I felt bad.
Well,
But that
at
was
least the dog
proof
got to
enough.
eat.
I was gonna say that's proof enough for me to know that fucking when I die, these dogs are gonna eat my fucking body.
Be sure you feel like you're dying. Them fucking dogs outside.
Yeah, go outside. This is the big one.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
This is the big one, Elizabeth. Go outside. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cheat on her, good opportunity.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah. Uh, Take this, player. Oh, you want to fuck Chantel, huh? Shouldn't have left your Glock sitting on the table, bitch ass nigga.
glad that you. That's not saying that I'm not thinking. It's way more racist if I say it.
Told you nigga don't be eating the last piece of chicken, motherfucker. That was my wing. Bitch. Oh god.
You don't drink milk out the carton.
Oh shit. All right.
I've been listening to an audiobook, or a series of audiobooks actually,
Well,
by some
Ebonics.
dude, some dude that I can, oh, Mark Goodwin. First books I listened to were American Strategy.
A what
Second,
strategy?
American Exit Strategy,
Oh.
which were, it was Shit Hits the Fan book. And then the second series was The Days of Noah, uh, which one of the characters named Noah. But it was a Antichrist book, basically a set of books.
Wait, what? Like Antichrist? How? Like,
Like the corrupt United States fucking collapse. They blamed the Christian segment of the population for the collapse. The UN put up some guy to be the world leader of the new world order, and this dude was supposedly the Antichrist. Ain't done with it. Find out what happened.
oh, is this a fiction story?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking interesting.
Well, it sometimes it's a little hard to stick with because it's really there's a lot.
They get into the supernatural aspects and shit, or what?
Nah, no,
Okay, I was gonna
not
say
at all.
that would turn me off. I'd be like, oh,
Or
this is kind of gay.
at least not yet. And
Well, I
I'm
mean, if I mean, obviously, they're saying that it's the Antichrist, they're gonna have to get into some type of a supernatural aspect. But when they overkill it, you know what I mean? Like the fucking church with everybody fucking everybody or something like that. That's
well.
cool. But
That's how this dude came to be. You know, a group of guys fucked this one woman at a big satanic orgy, and he was conceived then. Yada yada shit.
oh, that okay.
But I don't know. It was kind of an interesting view on how people would react to shit hitting the fan really hard.
Mass panic.
Uh, but they're giving the people a lot of shit that you know these people are able to continue to find sources of gasoline for fucking months and months and months after it collapsed, which is not going to be possible. You know, there's a certain amount of it that's just hard to swallow, but
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it getting deep like that, but still sounds kind of interesting. Come on, get in the house.
it's written from a very Christian perspective, but it's still entertaining to read or hear. I'm
Yeah.
listening.
Well, there is a lot of people that believe that shit. Remember, it was going around for a long time that fucking Obama was the Antichrist.
Yeah, that's touched on in here, and the Pope,
Yeah, we've
but
had a.
they said no, that's not it. It's this fucking dude.
Well, they said someone you would least expect, but yeah, I've heard of a couple popes being the Antichrist. How the fuck do popes? That's some medieval shit. How do popes still have any kind of authority or power? Well, they don't really, but in name only, I guess. Or maybe they
Well,
do and we just don't know about it. I don't know. Who knows?
the Christians' problem mainly with the Pope is that the Catholics worship him.
Yeah, yeah, and you're only supposed to worship God.
Right. You know, that's the big whole Pope's evil right there. Same with their worship of the Virgin Mary.
Well, yeah,
I'm like, hey man, you do you. I don't care.
well they had a big issue too with Santa Muerte, the lady saint of death. They had a big problem with her, but it was brought up in arguments like it because they're saying that she's fucking you can't worship the saint of death or whatever, like it's bad. But then there was a whole big debate about saints, period. How can you worship any saint? Isn't that idolatry or whatever the fuck? Yeah, idolatry. Yeah, I got it. But yeah,
Well,
it's all idolatry. If you fucking got a necklace on of Saint Anthony or fucking whatever, you're worshiping idols, ain't it?
that's the way that the real hardline Christians take it. Yes.
Yeah. That's just a part of the that's it's only a taste of the hypocrisy that made me realize that it was fucking bullshit. The Catholic part of it. The whole organized religion part of it, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. You know, where I see it in the Bible, it says that if you believe in Jesus, your ticket's punched.
Yeah.
Now, all the bad shit you do, you're going to have to stand there and explain your ass, but you still get in. You may not get in on the 17th floor, but you get in.
Yeah. And right now, it's like we're not talking bad shit. We're talking like good shit about fucking Jesus and all this other shit. So I mean, technically, right now, this is a fucking church or like a worship or a church or whatever. Right now, a church isn't necessarily a fucking place with four walls and a roof and a pastor or a preacher or a priest or whatever.
Not according to Jesus.
Exactly. New Testament, baby. New watch, New Testament, baby.
Actually, that's from the Gnostics, but still.
Whatever. Gnostics came in new. There's no
The
saints because
Gnostics are the stuff that Catholics said can't be in the Bible.
yeah, yeah. And then he says
Oh
there's
no,
no
we can't
saints.
have that no mansions bullshit in the Bible. No, 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 no. You got to exclude that one.
What you mean I can't have a Rolls Royce? I'm preaching the word of God. I worked hard for this Cadillac. Oh shit. Yeah, the fucking preachers and fucking pastors and all that shit just remind me of fucking Joel Osteen.
But the way I look at it, I don't give a shit what religion you are as far as the actual congregants go.
Mm.
I mean, if you believe in Jesus, you're good to go.
Peter Popoff was the best one. You ever seen Peter Popoff?
Probably not in the same thing you're talking about.
He's an old fucking old man with jet black hair and fucking he what he was doing was is he was selling ketchup packets of water and saying that it was blessed holy water. And what you do is you rub that fucking water all over your hands and rub your watery hands all over your bills and watch all your problems go away. Pretty much.
Well, I bet it made his problems go away for a while anyway.
Oh yeah, there was so many idiots buying this shit. And then you got the actors that he had. It was fucking. I can't even pull it up right now. It'll be like a 20-minute part of the show, and I don't want to do that. But nonetheless, it was fucking. Yeah, you guys search out Peter Popoff commercials in your own time. Have a
I
laugh. Have a
remember
laugh on me.
back in the day, my boss's folks, especially their mom, was hooked by Baker, Jim Baker,
Yeah, I know what you're
and
talking
had
about.
invested money in that community he was putting together. Me and the younger brother, who were friends in high school, we were sitting there watching this telethon thing, whatever the fuck it was, this sales on TV thing, something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're looking at each other like saying, "This is fucking ridiculous." You know,
About his
we're
own
fucking
brother.
no about his mom.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
this is
Tammy Baker was
absolutely
his mom, or whatever the fuck.
no, 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 no. The brother's mom is who is into it,
Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay, go on.
and we're like, looking at each other, and this is fucking financially ridiculous. You're getting nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, people, that was how this thing was. You had to pay $20 for a ketchup packet's worth of water, holy water.
I think they all got the same "How to Rip the People Off" book.
Yeah.
Put your own label on the package, you're good to go.
Well, it's geared towards, and I mean, obviously, I'm not talking about you specifically because this was from a long time ago. You were a young man when this whole thing was set up, but it's for fucking older, super religious people that will like fall for anything, And it's you got to think too, boomers. With the boomer thing, it was a whole TV generation. So you got somebody in a suit or in a fancy dress on TV telling you about religion. It's an ace in a hole. The only thing that you can do next is ask for money. Like that. It was a whole fucking it was a whole setup. It was like the
Yeah, and you had
original
cap
Ponzi scheme.
you had captive markets on Sunday morning because there wasn't fucking nothing else on.
Yeah.
You didn't have 700 fucking channels of cable and internet TV. You had three, and maybe PBS if you were lucky or unlucky. However that is.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. What's worse, having 1,000 channels owned by the same 6 people, or having fucking 3 channels owned by one person? I mean, it's all the same shit, man. It's all the same shit.
Well, the
TV.
difference is choices. To catch your attention. Back in the day, on a Sunday morning, you didn't have any choice. You watched what was on, or you didn't watch nothing.
Yeah, but it's all programming in some sort of a way. It's all kind of has its own fucking direction. I mean, even sports is just made for as a distraction. Watch this and don't think about how we're fucking you in the asses every single day. That's why I stopped watching the shit. I used to be really, really big into football and really, really big into basketball. I'll still play basketball every fucking blue moon, literally. But um, yeah, I just stopped watching all that shit. All TV, everything. I'm pretty much just done with it. It's all lies, unless it's an actual show, like a fictional fucking Law and Order or some fucking faggot shit like that or something. I'll watch a TV show, but anybody that's
They're
trying
all
to say
fucking
they're what?
they're all fucking agenda driven too.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, you can see the politics and everything, but the thing is I'm trying now. When I'm watching shows, I'll point shit out to the fucking wife. Like, see, like you see how this one has an anti-gun agenda?
Do you
Like
ever?
they got a gun nut and all that shit. And I'm like, you see how they got that going? And I'll point shit out, but as long as you know what you're
I
looking for, you're good.
I don't know if I ever mentioned it live, but I did make it all the way through the series of Justified.
Oh, you did? Okay, no, you
Yeah.
didn't. You said that you started or whatever.
Uh, and actually, the thing ended up pretty good. I'll have to admit.
Yeah, it's
But
not
I
bad.
almost quit watching it when the foster dad dude said he was a felon and he went to a gun show and bought a gun.
Yeah.
That fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, and you'll see that, and that, but you see, they got shit like that sprinkled in there everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just like fucking. I was trying to watch the Ozarks, and they had some shit like that in there, because everybody's telling me how great the Ozark show is, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's watch it. And they do the same shit. They're
Yeah,
at,
because Justified was good to watch because it was perfectly okay to kill bad guys in that one.
yeah, it was justified, but,
Yeah, exactly.
but, yeah, I noticed that though. A lot of these fucking shows now are like anti-gun. And then you'll know, like, all the agendas that are out there, the trans fucking agenda that's going on right now, the fucking breaking up the family and fucking making, you know, single working mothers is okay and fucking all that shit. And you want to be a lesbian, that's cool. Just adopt your kid from fucking China or Africa or something. Not Africa.
Right, because we kill all the babies here
Yeah, yeah,
and
no shit.
adopt them young white and blackens because we want them all to be aborted.
Yeah, abort them motherfuckers, and if not, send them to fucking group homes and get them to work. Get them to work. I had my first job when I was fucking. Well, that's probably not an anomaly for a lot of the older people watching, but I had my first job when I was 12.
I was 13. Well, no, god damn it, I was 12.
I was getting.
I was cleaning a fucking grill at a tavern.
I was a janitor at my school. Well, not like a lonely, like by myself janitor. I worked with the janitor, but I was a janitor at my school.
I got $5 to come in and clean the fucking grill at a tavern, and believe me, back then $5 was an amount of money, but it wasn't fucking worth it. That's a fucking awful thing to do.
Yeah, I was a
You wouldn't
janitor.
believe how bad cleaning the grill stinks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think they gave you dry buffalo shit to clean it with. Said this is a grill brick. Yeah, right.
It's not steel wool, but it is shit from a sheep.
Yeah,
So,
no shit. Something like that. It was bad.
but yeah, man, and
Owner didn't want to clean it. My mom worked as a cook there, and she didn't want to clean it either.
Put these
And
motherfuckers to work.
she suggested he have me do it. And I did it. And I mean, $5 in like '72 was a decent amount of money, really. Like $50 a day, I suppose. And it takes about an hour, and then you have to go home and sit in the bathtub with the chemicals for an hour to get the stink off. But
Was this Sammy? Oh, you can't live in today's society without being a sinner. It's fucking impossible. And you can confess your sins all you want, but it won't change jack shit. I was always taught that confessions will save you. Don't make me pull out my rosary here. I got it. I know I got it. Um,
uh,
but fucking yeah, no, that's true. I mean, and then if you're like a really diehard Bible buff, I mean, any fucking thing you do is a sin. You turn on the TV, you just sinned. So I mean, I don't know.
well, if you look at a woman and think that's hot, you're sinning.
You
Which
just
makes
sinned.
makes life hard for any average male.
Yeah,
But my view is, from what I've gathered from any biblical study that I've done, is that your sinning's between you and Jesus.
yeah. You got to work that out. It's just like the old saying: kill them all and let God sort them out. Except for don't kill them all. Just wait to die and let God sort you out. But he was going along the lines of the whole like there's no such thing as a saint because everyone's a sinner. But nah, never mind. Never mind. You're probably right. You're probably right. Probably right.
All right, where do we want to go now? I got nothing.
Something about guns, probably. Um. Oh, I got something.
I tried to buy a
Go ahead.
ghost gun Monday.
Oh yeah. We'll be more specific. Like what? What do you mean?
Uh, I just looked for a Glock 17 lower, Glock 17 style lower. But guess what? Illinois banned those things a couple months ago.
Yeah. California's on its way to doing it. And oh yeah. That's what the fuck I wanted to talk. Did you hear about the shooting in New York?
Yeah,
So, do you think that that shit is gonna like? I'm not gonna go to the conspiracy part I usually go to, where say that it was set up to sway the Supreme Court. But do you think that all of these shootings as of late and everything like that, all the news and everything, all this blah blah blah, you think that that could sway the verdict?
no.
Why not? How? I would say that that's what scares me the most about news.
But the thing is these are given prime examples of why people need self protection.
Right. Well, I agree
I
with
mean,
you on that one.
one person down there that could have shot this fucker back could have saved a bunch of injuries. I guess nobody died.
But do people like still didn't haven't hasn't the whole good guy with a gun thing, even though I know that it's true, but hasn't that been dismissed by like the fucking mainstream?
I don't think it's been dismissed by the conservative side of the court.
Well, okay, I could see
That
that, and I hope.
that's that's their questions they're asking in the arguments. Is it more likely that people are going to need to defend themselves in the subways of New York City or the upstate of New York?
Yeah, I would say subways. Subways are
That's
a little bit more dangerous.
and that was I think Roberts that asked that.
Yeah, from what I watched, he was doing fucking pretty good. That fucking one lady though, the the one that was anti-gun, she was fucking horrible, almost
Yeah,
unlistenable. She made
and
me
it
want to
was
change
just
it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking bitch. I hated her.
it was ludicrous shit too.
Yeah, no shit. Stupid as fuck. And then she would have like the dumbest analogies.
Yes,
It was just,
Sotomayor.
Yeah, Sotomayor. That whore.
Shit. No, I don't think. I really think that it's an agenda on the mainstream's part to get more gun control, but or at least soften the public in favor of more gun control. But I don't think it's going to be that effective.
Let's say this, right? Let's say that they get their fucking, hypothetically, let's say that they get their way. No more fucking guns are being sold, right? Let's go to the extreme. Gun stores are fucking gone. Like all this shit. Now, obviously, as a what's next scenario, you would have our side, the Pro 2A side, working their asses off in some way, shape, or form. Different people do different things, whatever, to try and get it fucking back, to try to get guns back or 2A back or whatever the fuck. But, but, what would be next? Like, what's next if they were to actually get all guns banned? And then they
So
see
go
that,
confiscation.
well, yeah, but still though, me and you, everybody knows that there's still gonna be quote gun violence. It's still gonna happen, even though no more guns are gonna be sold. Guns are outlawed. Blah blah bullshit.
You'll stop hearing about it.
See, that's what I'm almost to the point where I would just say, fuck it, let them win, so we could let them show them what happens. Because everybody knows, every gun owner, we can't admit it, I won't admit it, but if they outlaw guns, everyone's going to keep one or two and I would say that at the bare minimum. Everybody that's pro gun and pro Second Amendment and pro self defense is going to have their guns on the side somewhere. Um, but I mean, the criminals and shit, all that shit. Like, I'm almost saying, let them win, hide your couple guns or whatever, let them win, and show them how fucking bad it's gonna be.
Ain't going to matter to them.
What do you mean
They'll
it ain't
just
gonna
move
matter?
on to they'll just move on to the next thing to exert power over people.
But we don't let them fucking move on to the next thing though. We keep going. Like, look, you guys won, and guns are fucking illegal, and mass shootings are up. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like fucking theater shootings and school shootings and fucking street shootings and gang shootings. All this shit still exists. Now what? Now what? Gun grabbers, and then
You
fucking
won't you won't hear it.
like what? It'll be blocked by the media.
Yeah.
I could see that part. That part would fuck us. I could see that. I could see that part.
See now the ghost guns are the thing. How often do you hear of shootings with ARs?
Never see that. That's the thing. But now, yeah, now they've geared it more towards. And we were talking about that when they had a couple fucking shootings uh, with pistols. Like they're going towards handguns now. It seems like they've moved on from the
Whatever.
assault rifle to the high capacity ghost handgun.
Well, they're ghost rifles too, but I mean, it's whatever they can use to scare the masses with.
Well, my brain goes back to when you say whenever anyone says ghost gun, I automatically think of a fucking AR because that's the only ghost gun I've ever had. You know, building an AR is the only fucking ghost gun experience I've ever had. But yet all the fucking parts were still serialized though, so I don't know.
Yeah, that ain't a ghost gun. That's a serialized firearm.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, when people say
Ghost guns
ghost
are like
guns,
what you get out of box. Ghost guns are what you get out of like a box of cornflakes in the '60s.
yeah, right. Ooh, a Glock. But fucking, yeah, I don't know. Whenever someone says ghost guns, my mind automatically goes to a rifle, automatically. So I don't know. I don't know.
I suppose. I don't know. I would think that there'd be a lot more ghost handguns because it's simpler to do, but maybe not.
Why don't we just should pack up our shit and head to like Israel? No, not Israel. They're bad with guns too. Where else?
Ukraine's the only one that's pretty free with guns right now.
Yeah, but I don't want to go there. Just on the off chance that Russia starts getting some fucking pep in their step, I'm good.
People that actually know how to fight war.
Yeah, I'll pass on the whole going against Russia thing right now. What about Russia? Is Russia pretty cool?
I don't think so.
I'll go fight some Ukrainians if I could have my freedom.
I
Um,
think cool ones would have been someone like Czechoslovakia, might have been all right. Uh, some of the Nordic countries, Switzerland or Sweden or one of them,
oh yeah, the Vikings. I could just go there because the Vikings got to be cool with guns, right?
don't know. You would think that the Americans would be cool with guns. Their country founded with fucking gun.
Yeah, yeah. We strong arm this motherfucker. That's Um,
But that just shows the fact that people are fucking stupid.
country
Now,
with good gun laws. Go ahead.
I think people don't realize the number of guns that are really here and how small a percentage of these guns are actually used in crime. I mean, they're right now. I think they're tossing out like 450 million, which
No shit.
I'm going to say it's 100 million light. It's 550.
The one I'm looking at this right now. It says U.S. is 393.3 million, which is less than the number you said, and I would say that that's light. So I don't know.
Ozzy saying Sweden. That's probably right. Plus, they have hot women.
Oh
So when you
yeah,
go, try and pick me up.
yeah. Would you like to go to the range today? Oh yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Svetlana. Country with easiest gun laws in the Bosnia. Bosnia isn't. I don't know why I thought when I say the word Bosnia, I'm thinking about fucking like refugees and shit like that.
Yeah, no shit. Iraq.
France,
Greece,
France.
the France ain't.
It's just no. They're number 9 in the fucking easiest gun laws in the world. Argentina. Hitler moved to Argentina, so they got to be cool with guns.
They weren't when he was in Germany.
Yeah. Well, when he came there, he changed a few things. Um, let's see. The Biddleford Pawn and Gun. That's in France. I don't know why I used the British accent. So in France, you have to be older than 18 or over 12 with permission for shooting sports. So if you're 18 or with permission for shooting sports over 12, you can own a gun.
Permission from whom?
For your parents, obviously.
You say obviously, but that may mean permission from the government.
It's possible, but still, French. This is France. This is France. So I don't know, man. You be affiliated with a shooting range, which is easy. Most of us do that for no reason. Have followed at
Well,
least 3 shooting sessions with an instructor. Okay, we're getting a little bit fucking, getting a little bit totalitarian there. And submit medical certificate stating that you are physically and mentally fit. That's not horrible. It's a little much.
it depends on what their circumstances for mentally fit are.
Yeah. It's
You
France,
realize
man.
they ever listen to this show, we'd never be granted a permit.
Oh, well, I would delete everything before we left the country. Before we left the country, I would delete everything. And then say, what is a podcast? What is a podcast? The weather might not be for everyone's taste, and sure, there's the strong language barrier, but the gun laws here are one of the most lax in all Eastern Europe. 31% of the population owns guns. 34% of households in Bosnia are reported to have one or more guns. The issuance of permits is governed by the police. to whom you apply and can appeal if denied. When you get a permit, you are automatically granted concealed carry rights. Finland, yeah. Finland, claiming the title of the happiest country in the world, boasts first world qualities like great healthcare, healthy living, and mountain views to die for. Finland has a high per capita gun ownership, similar to the Nordic countries due to strong hunting traditions. Requirements to get a gun license include criminal and mental health checks and a theory and practical exam. A
The
theory and
bullets come out that end going very fast.
no, I think it would be more along the lines of like, why do you shoot this guy, or like, I'm thinking hypothetical situations possibly. I don't know. Um,
It's like the religious belief, kill them all, let God sort them out. So that's why I shot him.
yeah, that was it.
I didn't want to judge him, so I sent him to God.
Yeah, it's not my place, so I just murdered
Right.
him. The
But if he
number,
was a good guy, he's now in heaven.
yeah,
He should
he's
thank me.
he's in a better place actually. Requirements to get gun license. Oh wait, no. The number of guns per capita is rated at 34%. However, this is based on registered guns. Many World War II era guns are thought to still be in circulation, but there are no definite number on these.
Fuck
Um,
everybody in America is trying to collect those.
yeah, yeah. But see, that's kind of neat though. They're like, oh yeah, there's other guns out there too, but we don't really keep track of them. It was like that's pretty neat.
They don't want to admit that shit here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
So that'd
won't
be
hear
like
nobody saying that out loud over here. Hell no.
if they said, well, there is, 200 million guns out there that are absolutely untraceable. I'm like, what the fuck is this ghost gun bullshit then?
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is the big deal if we have old ass guns that are unable to be traced? I have one of these fucking if I didn't fill out a 4473 on that fucking ROM 38 revolver that I had, that RG 38, I would think for sure like this was some old criminal's gun or something like that. Like it's a piece of shit revolver, but
Well, they could have bought it from a police department.
yeah, they get those all the
The
time.
evidence.
Actually, you know what? My old gun shop used to do that a lot.
I know some around here did.
Um, Foreigners seeking a hunt in Finland must bring their license. Da 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 da. Finish hunting exam. So Finland's pretty good too. Argentina.
I think most of the Nordic countries are all right. I mean, they're the ones that fucking Hitler jumped on right away.
You still have
And if
to
Hitler didn't, Russia did on Finland.
you still have to fucking pass it. I don't. I can understand it, but I don't like the whole passing a fucking test thing. But
I don't either. And I have even said that, some people should be tested for other things like voting. But
I
I,
mean, we take a test to fucking drive, and I can understand that, but traveling isn't necessarily a God-given right. Defending yourself is a fucking God-given right. Traveling is more of like I don't not it's not a privilege, but it's like something that you do for pleasure or for work. You know what I mean? One or the other. It's
well,
not
it's an
necessary.
activity that you're doing on almost exclusively public thoroughfare.
Yeah, every day, more than likely.
Whereas shooting, while you may be hunting in public woods, you don't have to. I mean, you can do a lot of your shooting on private property where, there's no public involvement.
Yeah, but if you get into the whole good guy with a gun debate, that would be public. You would be shooting your gun in public.
Not really. Bad guy comes to my house, I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah, but I'm saying the whole good guy with a gun argument always usually stems from fucking like mass murders, the shit that happens in like malls or shit you know what I mean? Like if we didn't have this gun free zone and there was a good guy with a gun there,
Technically, malls are not public property like roads.
technically roads aren't fucking public property either. I can't go out with a fucking hammer and start banging on the road. I'll get arrested or something, or fined or something. It
Hit
ain't
by a
my
fucking car.
yeah, that too. That at worst. But nonetheless, I mean, it ain't public property.
But to go somewhere, you're forced to use roads. But you're not forced to use roads to go to the mall.
Well, look at you
Going to
fucking
the mall
guys.
is your choice.
Look at your fucking state and other fucking states that are like your fucking state with toll roads. I have to pay for the privilege to fucking drive down fucking Blagojevich Highway and shit like that. You know what I mean, though? So, I mean, it's not public.
That's just a fucking scam. They're still funded by the public.
Um,
I shouldn't say public. I should say taxpayer. Anything funded by the government's taxpayer funded.
I'm so sorry, Tony. That was hilarious. Fucking Oz says France has a bunch of guns that have only been laid down once. Oh shit! Never fired and only hit the ground one time.
That's
Go ahead. Sorry.
that's why none of those fuckers should be pro gun control.
Yeah, they're just gonna give up anyway.
No, what I mean is, they're the baddies tend to invade Europe. We're surrounded by lots of ocean. Unless Canada gets pissed off, we're probably pretty safe. We don't got to worry about the Mexicans because they're invading us anyway.
Mm. Oh, Jesus. The biggest difference when it comes to test for rights is a good gun salesman will walk a new owner through all the functions before you walk out. Yeah. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm not going to say where it was at or nothing like that. Um, but I was filling out the 4473 for my first time a long time ago back. And it got to the whole fucking smoke weed part and all that shit. And I didn't even ask. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I was gonna lie, but the guy pointed at it and was like, that really doesn't matter. Whatever you put for that one doesn't really matter. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then after everything went through and everything was all good, he was like, yeah, usually sometimes if you mark yeah on that, you might have a delay or there might be a little issue or something like that. And, nobody really cares.
Yeah, right. Try that shit today.
Yeah.
Fucking ATF will be outside your door before the fucking day's out.
Yeah, and I think it wasn't marijuana yet. I think it was like alcohol or any other drugs or something like that. I forgot. I forgot what it was before they put marijuana on there.
Uh, they have the "Are you addicted?" I'm like, nope, I'm not addicted to anything but coffee,
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, no, don't worry about that one. But and he says with
My
vote,
gun control guy, my gun counter guy.
yeah.
Sorry, Dave. I didn't mean that gun control shit at all. My gun counter guy says put yes on this one and no on all the rest.
Yeah, see? So yeah, we've all had good gun salesmen. Maybe say with voting one can't teach someone ideology or who candidates are, what parties they stand for, and what the office is responsible for. Yeah, but they lie about all that shit anyway, though.
See, that's things like that are what you're supposed to fucking learn in school.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, but
And
no.
back when I went to school, they had several different levels of social studies, which was basically political studies, and consumers education, which was surprisingly enlightening politically too, because there was a fair amount of how the taxation structure.
Keep your eyes on Canada the way it's going. There'll be a lot of them moving south. Oh fuck. Talk about Californians moving to fucking red states and ruining them. Canadians are gonna come over here and fucking ruin everything.
Well, I think I'm gonna write the Missouri governor and have him put up a sign: "No Californians or Canadians allowed."
Yeah. You know what? I wonder if Catherine Cortez fucking Martez, KCO Jr. would fucking be down with that. I'm gonna write her a letter and say, hey, we don't want any Canadians here. No, that's
You
not gonna
know,
work. She's a heavy fucking liberal. Fuck.
Missouri is pretty good in its population structure because they don't have huge cities. They got St. Louis and Kansas City, basically, and you know, there's not enough that the political machinery gets driven by left.
Yeah.
That's why Missouri is so favorable to move to. And the attractive part of Missouri is like uh, down in the Branson area,
Yeah.
and that attracts old people, which are generally more conservative than younger people.
Yeah. See, I'm worried about Nevada because it's more of a fucking it's like a fucking tourist town, you know? You come to Vegas and then all the fucking other towns around Vegas have their hotels and all that shit and it
Yeah,
fucking
but the country in Nevada looks like it's been a fucking nuclear test site for 50 years.
Oh yeah, this listen, Nevada is easily like fuck Vegas, right? Nevada is easily 20 years behind the rest of the fucking country. There's not even a fucking train out here. There's no trains. There's nothing. Like this is like a fucking this is how people in the fucking 50s had to feel if they had PlayStation and shit.
Well, back in the 50s, they got the entertainment of them huge mushroom clouds every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They got the, you know, the entertainment of wondering what the radiation is going to do to me versus what it's going to do to mom. Am I
You
going to
know,
get a
I
humpback too, mama?
one of the podcasts that I listen to frequently is a history podcast, and every morning they go through a this day in history thing. Shows
Yeah.
on Mondays and Fridays, I think. And every fucking show there was a nuclear test done in Nevada. Every fucking day, at some point throughout history, there was a nuclear test done in Nevada. Like it's a wonder that fucker ain't glowing in the dark, not in Vegas.
Yeah, no shit. A nice fucking neon green at night.
No shit. Either that or they don't have no power stations. They just stick the wires into the ground.
Look at that beautiful fucking red sky. Oh, poutine and Crown Royal for everyone. You know, I used to like Crown Royal when I was a kid. I don't think I would mind that. And I dip my fries in mashed potatoes sometimes, so I wouldn't mind that either.
I have about a half a shot of Crown Royal in my cabinet I found yesterday.
Yeah, I used to drink Crown Royal when I was a fucking kid. And
I
Royal
used
Royal Crown, Crown Royal with Royal Crown.
I did the Crown Royal for making pecan pie.
Oh no, I would do that because when I was younger, I couldn't afford Hennessy all the time.
If I'm gonna drink liquor, I'm thinking I'm gonna go. Given my history on Irish whiskey and the like, I'm gonna go back to Scotch if I ever go back to drinking.
See me, I like that yak. That yak will put you on your back.
Well, so will Irish whiskey,
Yeah.
but you'll do a lot of dumb shit from the time you open the bottle until you get on your back.
Do you put ketchup on your fries or gravy? Gravy.
No,
Gravy.
nothing.
I would choose gravy over fucking ketchup for sure. I
Now, if
was
I've made ketchup out of Mrs. Wage's ketchup mix, I might.
I was all for ketchup when I was a little kid, when I was younger, before I knew that they were made out of like cockroach legs and shit.
I would much rather have uh, like malt vinegar.
Cognac West. That yak,
I
baby.
know shit.
Um,
I
Yeah.
wanted to get into some rifle tuning stuff, but I ain't ready yet.
Um.
I've been fucking listening to this goddamn book and ain't been doing any fucking organizing of what I want to do, what it's come down to. But I got about 3 chapters left, and then I'll get back to
Yeah.
what I
I ain't
want.
worried.
Because I've been looking at some stuff in the past month or so. I actually got into reloading for rifle way back when I first started
When you first started
uh,
what? Reloading?
shooting. When I
Oh.
first started reloading, it was for the tuning of rifle because back then I wasn't hurting to buy ammo. I had a job. I wasn't shooting it.
I would still call that, and people can call me an idiot, please, if you want to. You can too, but I still feel like that is tuning your ammo for the rifle.
It doesn't matter.
It's not tuning your rifle.
You it's, it's loading for the rifle is what it is.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
never
we can go back
up
and forth
until
into semantics, but I don't know. I know what you're saying, so it don't matter.
up until very recently, it was never referred to as tuning. It was loading for the rifle.
I was trying to because you wanted to do it on Monday, and I was trying to fucking find a picture of like a guy with his ear to a rifle and call it tuning, call it tuning rifles, but I can't
Oddly
find the
enough,
picture.
that ain't far off of the reasoning, though.
Yeah.
Because what you're tuning for is how the rifle barrel oscillates, and you're wanting it to oscillate at such a frequency that the bullet comes out of the barrel at the midpoint of the oscillation frequency.
What do you mean by oscillation? Like it rotates?
No, it oscillates like if you hit a
Like a
guitar
fan?
string. Yeah, no,
That's reverberation, ain't it?
no, it's oscillating
I thought
because
oscillation
it's
was what a fan does.
uh,
An oscillating
oscillation.
fan.
When you strike a guitar string, it moves back and forth, but it's also kind of circular, and that's how it's giving off sounds. Well, a gun barrel does the same damn thing, only way higher frequency. Uh, and barrel harmonic, same damn thing. Um, but you're tuning it so that that bullet leaves the barrel at a specific point in the harmonic, and it can make a major difference on the accuracy of any given gun. Now, guns with less than like 18-inch barrels, the benefits of loading ammo for the harmonics are less because the shorter barrels don't oscillate so much. And handguns, it's almost basically you're loading for them to get a favorable recoil impulse more than barrel oscillation. People do it. But for precision rifle, it's really important. You're talking, moving an inch at 1,000 yards is significant, and just changing your barrel or the load that goes into your barrel will change it that much. Then when I started getting into handguns, the reloading was just for money. And only when I got this second 30-06 did I start thinking about tuning. But I wasn't just talking about loading ammo that way. I was talking about barrel tuners too, which we kind of played with that shit with weighting barrels way back. And I never had any luck with it. But they make things that go on the barrels now that you can adjust to change the tune of the barrel. And as far as I know, they're called barrel tuners.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll get into it whenever you decide to get into it. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I haven't sit down and organized my thoughts how I want to approach it very well. So, because it could be a fairly lengthy conversation because it goes way farther than just that little part of it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a super long conversation because I'm gonna keep stopping in the middle and saying what, wait, what, and yeah, you're gonna have to explain a lot of shit because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I never learned about fucking harmonics or
Let
oscillating or
me
none of that shit. I never ever learned about none of that shit.
let me put it in the simplest terms possible for people. You can, for a rifle, given barrel lengths, you can adjust the load that you put in that to make it shoot way more accurate than it does off of anything you can buy off the shelf. And saying that, shelf off the shelf ammo is getting better.
Mm.
It's close enough that you could use one of them aftermarket tuners to get it really close.
What is
You
a
know,
fucking aftermarket tuner? I know what a guitar tuner looks like. What the fuck does a gun tuner look like?
basically it's a thing that you put on the end of the barrel that's got a kind of an offset weight that you can adjust to, like putting wheel weights on car tires.
Oh, oh, and it'll fuck. Okay, I know what you're saying. Okay.
And it'll adjust the barrel harmonics. Now, I've not ever messed with one to know exactly how that all goes.
But now,
We
do you
have,
gotta keep it on there?
yes, it mounts on the gun. And it's a little ring, it looks like you put a wedding ring size thing or maybe a little thicker over the barrel.
Isn't that fucking
It's not a
ugly as
huge
shit?
device. Uh, I don't like them. I've seen some made right into a muzzle brake,
Oh, really? See, now that would be more. That would be neat.
which I would say if it works, it's all right, except you have to adjust the muzzle brake to have this thing leveled specifically. And then you have gaps
Yeah.
where the muzzle brake screws together on the barrel.
Well, can a muzzle brake mess up how a gun shoots like a suppressor can?
Uh,
Like change
not
the
that
gas or whatever the fuck, however that works?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not not that I've heard. Uh, I suppose that if it was something that was close enough to interfere with the bullets deflecting of air, it might. But
Because
that's
I've
just
seen
speculation.
suppressors completely change the way a gun shoots. Like turn
They
it into.
shouldn't.
I've seen it.
Well, I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying they shouldn't.
Oh no, I know. That's what I'm. That's what I used to think too. It's like what the fuck, but it fuck. It's that fat fucking guy that nobody likes really, or John. Yeah, John. I forgot what the fucking thing his shit was, but he was like big into that whole fucking anti-gun shit and fucking, or not anti-gun shit, but what the fuck was it? When did we? You remember that whole YouTube roundtable that everybody did with like fucking Mac and
Yeah.
fucking? It was the fat guy, John. I just forgot what the fuck his channel was called, but he had the same gun that I have, the fucking Glock 40, and he put a suppressor on it, and it fucking wouldn't shoot. Like it kept jamming. It would do one shot and jam, one shot and jam, and all he did was take the suppressor off, and that motherfucker was doom 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 doom. No problems.
That's the first I've heard of it. I suppose I could see it because the gases come out of the gun uh, and can accelerate pressure a little faster than the actual lead. So they could pass it right inside the suppressor and make it fucking close.
Mm.
But that's just a fucking guess on my part. I mean, but that's why they say don't put a fucking uh, oh fuck, what's the name? Chronograph right up in front of the gun. One of those that you shoot through wires
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because the muzzle blast will make it lie.
Oh no shit, really?
I don't know how because they're actually picking light from the bullet passing over the top of it. But that's
Yeah,
the
but it
rumor.
still is. I mean, I could see it being a wave of energy, though. I don't know.
Like I say, I'm not going to say it's not true. because too many people say that it is. Uh, and I most likely will find out if I ever get off my dead fucking lazy ass and go. Finally got all this shit together. Not good, but I just ain't winning.
Oh, Shawnee was saying too, those the CAC forward coned brakes give extra back pressure. I can see that.
I've never fucked with a brake or a suppressor, so I don't.
That's exactly what I was picturing. Like a fucking he said a cock ring for barrels. That's kind of what I was picturing. Like a fucking
Yep.
ring with a little weight on the bottom of it.
Well, they're Jesus Christ, how to fucking describe it? They're a screwable mechanism on them that you can turn them to change the center weight. Which supposedly tunes the barrel harmonic. Kind of like putting a capo on a guitar.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you said the wheel bearing thing, I kind of fucking could see it, but yeah, cock ring though, I can see even better. Like,
Cock ring's closer unless you got ribbed for her pleasure, which none of them I've seen had any ribs.
yeah, it's the ring with the little vibrator on top, or whatever on bottom if it's the rifle.
That actually might work if you were to make a ring that's a tube and fill it with uh, tiny little BBs. Like the shit they used to get you to put in car tires to balance them while you're driving down the road.
Yeah, are we still talking about dicks or rifle barrels?
Rifle barrels.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Like this sounds really uncomfortable, Tony. Oh shit. You get any new guns or anything? Sammy was asking.
Me? No.
Oz says he's got a sea camp a couple weeks ago. Got a leather
My new
pistol.
my new gun acquisition has been put on the far back burner, uh, according to the missus. And since how the big pile of money I'm playing with hers, I really have to acquiesce.
I got some swords last weekend at that little fake ass music festival they got out here. Get my die show game up. Uh,
What do they call that festival? Radiation stock?
Fuck yeah, I don't know.
Glow stock.
Meth Head Central. There was a lot of old people there though too. It wasn't just meth heads. But yeah, I got my die show game up though. I got a katana and a wakizashi set.
Glass bedding. Yeah, Remington used to put a pillar in the front of their stocks to try to stop that, but most rifle guys have figured out that it's better to free flow barrels, bed the actions, and then tune the barrel for with ammo.
So what is this fucking barrel whip problem then? What is the like cause? It'll fuck up your grouping. It'll fuck up your follow up
Yeah,
shots. Oh yeah.
yeah. It moves to the point where the muzzle is at a different point than it was when you pulled the trigger.
Mm.
Think of it as like holding a garden hose 3 feet back from the end of it with it turned on full. That's a ridiculously over exaggerated version of it, but that's what
But
it
it's what
is.
it is. Yeah. No, cause I kind of like got the visual. I understand what you're saying. But fucking that's crazy. And
Guys
is
shoot
that with certain rifle? Is that only with like really like hunting rifles and shit like that, or what? Or that could affect anything?
it'll affect any.
Hmm.
Those guys that are shooting inch and a quarter diameter barrels at F class shit where they're shooting 1,000 yards. Yeah, they tune for them too. Uh,
Yeah, I
but
would have.
hunting rifles with a hunting barrel on like mine's got, yeah, it's the barrel's thin enough that you'll see it. But at 100 yards, it's not. Change the gun from an inch to 2 inch, which is not a big problem. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
if
that
you
inch
know,
of a difference could be the fucking a temple or an ear. You know what I mean? Like that. That inch
not
difference makes it fucking. It could make a
not on a
difference.
deer.
Well, yeah, 'cause you're shooting more for like what the neck, body neck.
You're shooting for the fucking lungs, man. You know, you got 6 inch circle to hit. So, you know, as long as you're within that 6 inch circle, you're going to put the fucking thing down. Uh, and if you're smart and you don't go after it right after you shoot, it'll probably be right near where it was shot at, laying down dead.
Mm. Oh yeah, and I could see Shawnee was saying a couple millimeter of a whip can throw your shot feet down range. So I guess, I mean, if it's a millimeter off when it starts and then keeps going, especially the further you go, like you're saying, like people are shooting 1,000 rounds and shit, or a 1,000 yards, 1,000 rounds, 1,000 yard shots and shit like that. Like I could see
Well, yeah,
millimeters definitely turning into feet.
a millimeter would be a meter, or no, yeah, a meter down 1,000 yards.
And so it's,
Thousand.
yeah, it's 3 feet. That's a big miss.
And I think they're extraing at 1,000 yards at 6 inch.
Oh.
I'm not sure of that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what I heard. Uh, Fuck, I ain't gonna shoot that far. I can't even fucking see that far. Uh, if I'm gonna shoot something, it's probably gonna be 300 yards or less. And you know, if I'm gonna shoot it at my house, I know it's gonna be less because I don't have 300 yards in any direction. My
Mm.
longest plane is 700 feet.
Hey, shut the fuck up, or you're gonna be dinner tonight. Thank you.
But what I'm trying to do is put as many bullets through the same damn hole at 100 yards. That's what I want.
Robin Hood's type shit.
Kind of.
I split
It,
my own arrow.
it's the same damned idea as the 1,000 yard. Just a smaller target, closer range.
Well, yeah, right.
Although I see the guys running them multi-$1,000 target rifles putting bullets in the same hole at 600 yards, which I'm probably not going to get near. Not with the Savage 110 and the regular ultralight hunting. My concern is more probably what happens to it after like the second or third shot when the barrel starts getting warm. I really want to know what the barrel does as far as moving. The semi-auto 30-06 I got, I haven't shot yet, but I had another one that I did shoot quite a bit. It really didn't move that much, but you could tell, but it wasn't that accurate to start with. You know, it would shoot about 2.5 inches at 100 yards, which is perfectly acceptable to hunt with.
Right.
Uh, but you know, you couldn't really tell that the barrel heat was making it move because it moved that much by itself. I do not have any intention to ever get into shooting. Like I said, my eyes ain't big. And my old lady's blind too, so she can't be a spot. And plus, when I get a gun, I want to get the fuck away from her. She's better at it. It makes me sick. I mean, I just need time away from
Yeah, we'll go with that.
her.
I'll take it. I'll buy that for $1. Um, what else?
That was part of that book I was talking about earlier.
What?
After, you know, basically through all the shit hits the fan stuff that happened, the dollar completely collapsed. I mean,
Oh yeah.
was wasn't even worth toilet paper.
Well, that's the thing about our fucking money is that it has no backing. It's worthless. Our
The
money right now is literally worthless. It's only worth what the fuck the government says it's worth. That's why what's his name was fucking killed. Gaddafi. I think was it Gaddafi? One of them was gonna do a fucking. They were gonna move away from the paper dollar and only accept gold for fucking The dinar. They're only gonna accept the dinar for fucking currency for their like oil and shit like that.
I think that was.
Yeah, it was. Fucking
Oh, Russia's doing it now. I ain't killed him yet.
not well. It's probably harder, but shit. Those fucking all they got to do is get those little assassins. They got a little needle on them or a little spray bottle on them. Get a little cyanide in their blood and fucking they win.
Anyway, where I was going with that was they started trying to put together a barter,
Mm.
and they started talking about how to use gold and silver as currency. And the smallest silver they had was a dime. And they're like talking that's worth X amount of dollars. How do you make change? And they said, well, we'll just offer up ammo change. You can use barter ammo,
Hmm.
like 22 ammos, $2 a round.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
uh, you know, rifle rounds are $5 a round, shit like that. I don't remember the exact combination, but it was very pricey.
Yeah, sounds like it. So
But
far, fuck that.
if you figure it at the cost of silver today, it wouldn't have been, the cost you can get for the amount of silver you can get today wouldn't have been that far off of what you could buy with the same amount of silver there. Inflation was so far off, the numbers were all bigger. But it was an interesting take on the barter system and the actual cash type setup because that was one of the things they were going for in the New World Order was, you had to get the chip embedded and it was all Bitcoin type uh, currency system. You got a few days to kill, man. Listen to it.
What is it?
Uh, the days of Noah. The only problem with it is to get it free online, you have to listen to some old man who ain't all that great at reading it.
No.
Once, once you adjust the dude, it's not bad. It's
Is it
hard at first.
is it an actual book?
It's 3 books.
3 books?
Yes.
And they're all like Days of Noah 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's book 1, book 2, and book 3.
You've sparked my interest.
It, like I say, the other one I liked even better. The American Exit Strategy. Same guy wrote it, but I can't find it all online to read it. I read it when I was a member of Audible.
Mm.
I listened to it. I have a hard time reading anything. I've been thinking about reading Elmer Keith's book Six Gun on here. I know I started to do that once, but I actually bought the fucking book. But I ain't gonna start anything like that until I get my glasses redone. You'd laugh at me if you watched me reading YouTube comments.
Gotta get an inch away from the fucking screen.
Now, actually, to be honest with you, if I get a couple feet back farther than normal reading, I can do all right. My arms ain't quite long enough to hold the book that fucking. All right, where do we want to go now?
I don't know. I'm fucking. I was reading about Norway. Oh, they're another country that's good with guns. And Panama. Panama. Italy. That's a surprise. Italy shouldn't be good with guns.
Well, even given today, America's a lot better than.
Canada is number fucking 3. From what I remember with Bob, they were fucking horrible.
Yeah, but weren't there a bunch of guns they could have that we couldn't?
No. I want it for some reason. Sawed-off shotgun pops into my fucking mind, but
I thought there was some fucking military shit that they could have. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been a long time since I shot the shit with Bob.
yeah, it's I don't know.
And what they could have had, what he said they could have had could have changed on the amount of blood alcohol content he was packing. I know a few times I talked to Bob, he was pretty fucking hammered.
That was about that was about every time I talked to Bob. He was
And
either fucking drunk or stoned.
at any given point, I could have been too. So translations may not have went over well.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, there's no country in the world that I would be willing to move to
Nah, I just want
for
this
the
one to
gun laws.
I just want this one to get its shit to fucking together. That's all. We have the potential to live in the greatest fucking country ever.
I don't understand why it's so fucking hard for one, us to get the point across, and two, them to understand that Second Amendment is meant to arm us equal to any fucking military that might attack us.
Well, you got to think though, it's that the fucking it's also the Second Amendment is also to help us against our own government becoming tyrannical. And so
Exactly.
now our tyrannical government wants to take those guns away because they know that they're tyrannical and they want to start, let's start putting these
Hey,
fucking
sexy.
let's start getting these camps together here, guys.
But I mean, if you read the fucking Second Amendment, that's what it's saying that you should be well armed to stand up to any military that you have to fight,
Yeah,
foreign or
absolutely.
domestic.
Absolutely. That's not the argument. The argument though is that fucking the corrupt government is the one that's trying to take away the fucking guns.
That's right. So we should.
Shoot them?
I don't know.
uh,
The next word could define my future greatly. We should
that's why I said it in a
correct
question.
errors in the situation.
Yeah, by shooting them? Yeah, but sexy got it right there though. It's hard to get the point across because people are too stupid.
You know, I don't know. You're Puerto Rican, so I'd suggest slitting throats would work too.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
I'm
half
gonna
Puerto Rican,
when
half Greek. Greeks are good about fucking them up the ass while they're killing them.
I'm Greek Italian and I'm Greek and Italian too.
We don't include the worthless part.
Italian. Wait a second. Are you talking about which one are you? I don't think any of them have ever done shit really. Oh well, yeah, the Greeks fucking raped and they fucking came up with math and they came up with fucking psychology. So I mean, yeah, okay. The Greeks were worth full.
Yeah, look, listen to me. I'm fucking English, Irish, and Scottish.
Well, you can.
One third of me ruled the fucking world for most of the fucking time, and then the rest of us just fucking got drunk and tried to take over the one that ruled the world
I was gonna say.
successfully.
I was gonna say you fucking fighting within yourself very often. I'm tearing myself apart.
Well, I do like to argue.
Yeah, that's all of it. You're a colonizer, so I mean, if you can't win, it's an argument.
That's right.
And Greek and Italian, fucking. I still have some white to cling on to there, fucking mad sexy. Don't you worry about it. Please keep listening.
Yeah, Jimmy's our token spick,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
I'm the white guy that hates
I'm the
all
reason
those.
why I'm the reason why Tony can say shit like "don't give blacks guns" and shit like that.
I didn't say don't give blacks guns. I said
Black,
ban males under 40 from owning
yeah, yeah.
them. And if you do that, I mean, if that were actually possible to do, you would drop the crime rate, murder rate, gun crime rate, however you want to fucking word it, in this country by about 38%. And that is no bullshit.
Yeah,
Now, because most people that are doing these crimes are not buying guns legally, you can't ban them, so it's all a moot point. But
don't
I mean,
matter.
if they really wanted to attack the gun issue in the vein of the people who are committing crimes with guns, that's how it would look.
Listen, I get what you're saying. It was just, the wording was a little bit off. That's all it was. We got to figure out. Listen, that's gonna be a segment. We already discussed this. We're gonna talk about like fucking like solving the problem the liberal way and see how well that works out. And that was the first example of it. It went poorly.
Yeah, well,
But
you
then
know what
again,
I'm.
you had me and Night Strike in there, and we didn't understand what was going on either. So I mean, that we
You thought
probably
I was
made
just
it.
being a fucking Klansman.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, Tony's turning senile.
No, what I was saying was, is
We're
if you
there.
attack the quote unquote gun crime problem by the people who are actually committing the crimes that are being reported, this is how it would look.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what it is because
I
that's
know
what
what
we
you're.
got.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah.
worked
That's.
out.
You're just gonna give me more ammo to fucking shoot back at you. But um, let's see. You can buy guns illegally. What the fuck? When did this happen? Yeah, practically, bro. Oh, you're Portuguese and Irish. That's cool. That's neat. I never met a actual Portugal person.
Portuguese or are you Argentinian? Are you sure?
Yeah, and Irish or German. Are you sure that you weren't Hitler's love child? If anybody ever comes up to me and says they're Argentinian and German, I'm fucking calling them out.
You know, you don't got to worry about the German side of it because Germans really didn't make it across the pond. Even the tiny little fucking channel, they didn't make it. We managed to send like 6,500 fucking ships across that thing, but they couldn't get over to England.
Now, listen, I'm not one to usually defend Nazis, but didn't I mean, could they not get there, or were they just not ready to go there yet?
Well,
I
they
think that they couldn't take on the fucking monarchy, and I think they
they
knew it.
the thing that they weren't willing to take on is the British Navy because at that point the Brits had lots of fucking navy and the Germans didn't. They had a pretty good U-boat fleet, but they didn't have a shitload of German ships.
Yeah, well, you got to think though too, man. The English, and I'm not usually the type to fucking stick up for the fucking Brits either, but they were very advanced in war because I mean, you got to think they were fighting people way back when America and fucking countries were being
Hey,
discovered. They were being discovered and all that shit and fucking. So I
yeah, but
mean,
every bit of that shit was done with navy.
exactly. That's my point. Is that they were well seasoned by the time the 1900s, let alone 1940 fucking whatever 30s whatever came along. They were well seasoned at fighting in the fucking sea.
Yeah, they were also pretty handy about fighting in the air too, because Hitler certainly had the advantage with Air Force, and Britain still held him off.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
Uh,
definitely like the whole traveling and fighting thing. The Brits had that fucking sewn up.
if you look at various videos of World War II era London and England time, uh, those people were fucking tenacious. And not just the soldiers. I mean, the fucking population was pretty fucking tough.
Yeah. I
I mean,
don't
they
know.
went through shit that we've never been through here.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. With time, they've fucking, they have gone through fucking more than anybody else. That they've done more fighting, more conquering and colonizing and all that shit. They've done it.
It's unfortunate that school history teaches that America won all the world wars. We saved all them other countries who are hardly ever mentioned.
Yeah, but America, Britain, what's the difference? One of us has an accent, the other one doesn't. We both still live under the Queen.
Depends on which fucking side of the pond you're on, which one of us has an accent. I
Yeah.
learned that trick in fucking Mobile, Alabama in 1979.
What?
I had a chick slide up me and start making out with me, telling me how much she loved my accent. I'm looking at her like, what fucking accent are you talking about?
Fuck you mean?
That's kind of how she sounded because there was a lot of y'alls in there. Which, because I grew up in Missouri, I tend to slip back and forth from the you all thing itself, but not like that. I love Southern women.
You
I
sound like a
love
proper
Southern
old
women.
Englishman.
Oh no, 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 no. Yankee.
Oh, you're one of them northerners.
I was had that fucking Yankee accent. It's all right. I could use it to my advantage, and once I figured it out, I was more than happy to.
Well, it's like going to another country. Them fucking down south girls. I'm not gonna say hillbilly, but them fucking down south girls love them a northerner.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
Down
going
south,
to
Mobile's about as south as you get without being in the pan of Florida, or the peninsula of Florida, if you go that route.
it's like being a black guy and going to China or something. Oh no, that
I'm
was
glad you
Korea.
did pick Russia.
Korea. I don't think are blacks allowed in Russia?
I don't know.
I don't think
You don't
so.
see many.
I don't think so. We call the homeless people black in Russia. That is the only blacks allowed.
Keep dreaming, sexy. You ain't even hitting the bar. You know, if she's getting seduced, you're going to have to fall on that fucking sword yourself.
In '79, you sure got some purty mouth, Mr. Tony. You wanna
Hell, in '79, everything was pretty.
spit on my clitoris? We went a little bit too far.
Might have.
Did she make
I'm not.
did she make you squeal?
No, giggle a couple of times.
Did you giggle like this? Wee!
No.
Oh, well then it wasn't the movie
Now,
Deliverance.
you want to know something? Not. God, it couldn't have been either right after we went down there or right before we went down there. We went and seen Deliverance.
Yeah.
And the three of us young guys, just out of high school, were fucking nervous as hell about going down there, but it wasn't fucking like that. We never got out of the city though. We were always in Moby. But I'm like thinking, well, I'm from fucking Missouri, man, so I'm not a northerner. But
Yeah.
Missouri was part of the North anyway.
Mad
Uh,
Sexy. Me and Mad Sexy are on the same page though. He said I'll bang the Crypt Keeper to get our rights back. I was talking about, giving fucking Hillary something so I could whisper sweet pro 2A nothings into her ear.
I don't know how much I want guns or not.
Let me dust this thing off.
I have said there's no. I have said there's no limits to what I would do to retain and restore rights, but I may have lied.
Yeah, yeah. Because once faced with that fucking those varicose veins leading all the way up to that cobweb pussy, might be a problem.
And you just look at how much like Death Bill looks now. And he's only fucked her once that we know of.
Well, yeah, she's fucking sucking the life because she's getting the life out of him now that Epstein's gone. She's like, I got to get my sustenance somewhere, Bill, and I can't get it from little kids, so I'm taking your life force.
Shit. But that's one of the things about where we're moving in Missouri. It's kind of odd because one person will have that deep Southern drawl going on, and then the next one won't. They won't be as have a Southern accent as I do. And where I lived, there wasn't the big Southern accent, although they did use y'all. But that's about the extent of it.
Y'all gonna finish that biscuit? Because I sure would like some of that biscuit.
The most time I heard y'all, are we going to see y'all at church Sunday?
Oh, well, that's not bad. There's people that are fucking northerners now that talk like that.
Yeah, but I bet you go back a little ways there.
People thought you were fucking part retarded if you said y'all.
I have, that was a big thing for a long time. You had a Southern accent, you're a fucking idiot. But I never felt shit.
I don't know, if and I don't mind that accent at all, but if I had it, I would work to get rid of it. Like I tried really hard to get rid of that Chicago accent, but it's just not going. But I would try. I'd try.
I mean, the accent's coming back to me as I get older because I studied English uh, in high school, and then I had some of it in college too. And I really worked on speaking proper English.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I was doing.
But then when they started doing this, I thought, well, I'm not going to be using language that people don't understand some of the words I use. I was really good at that, just being a smart ass mostly.
I could see
And
it.
I don't want to repeat myself, so, we'll go back to some of the other stuff that I used to say or other stuff that I've heard people say. And then it just finally, now I'm talking about this all the fucking time. Most of the language I tried to push was the cuss word. Because when we were starting, we were really hitting hard on that First Amendment thing, and I was trying to be as fucking vulgar as possible. And that certainly took over in real life too, because now I am as fucking vulgar as possible. And my old lady's like, I wish you wouldn't use the F word so much. I'm like, fuck you.
Man, what the fuck are you talking about, fucking asshole?
You shut up and suck my dick.
Shut your mouth
I
when you're
got
talking to me.
I got smacked on the arm for that one.
Same in Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois has fucking hillbilly accents too?
Yep.
Nah. I can't go anywhere without fucking somebody saying, "Oh, are you from fucking either Illinois or Chicago?" Mostly people say Chicago, but
Yeah, but see, when you hear people from the south of Illinois or Missouri, it's the same area generally. Missouri goes a little farther south, but not much. Uh, you start getting people thinking, "Are you from Kentucky?"
oh
You know,
yeah,
maybe Tennessee. You
why
don't
it's
ever hear anybody ask if you're from Arkansas.
why it's a thicker fucking accent or something?
Well, the let's say the Shawnee region in southern Illinois, or Mark Twain region in Missouri, is along that same plane. Like if you went east to west, you go from Missouri through
House.
Illinois to Kentucky, and Kentucky had kind of a unique take on the Southern accent. Jimmy does sound like a New Yorker a lot. Uh,
I've heard that, but mostly, like I said, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, fucking Nevada, everywhere that I've fucking have been, everybody, I can't not get like, are you from Chicago? Where are you from? Illinois or Chicago or something? And then I have gotten New York once, but
if you would
oh
drop
fucking,
somebody via helicopter into the southeast part of Missouri, like where I bought property, or
mm,
down around where Mikey's at, or south, especially 30 or 40 miles south, or in south central Kentucky, you'd have a hard time telling which one was which based on the topography and the surroundings.
yeah,
They
right.
look similar.
Well, I would
I
say,
mean,
yeah.
everybody thinks of Illinois as flat. That's not the case at all. Only about the northern two-thirds is flat. The bottom third is fucking hill and holler country, just like Kentucky and Tennessee and Missouri.
See, I never seen that. I went out to Rockford. That was it. It was. It had like a mount. I don't know if it had a mountain necessarily, if you would call it a mountain. But Rockford was mostly fucking flat. I was out in Sycamore. That's where I went skydiving at. That was pretty fun.
The, the
That was
up
flat.
somewhat northeast or northwest of Rockford is some fucking mountain. It's the highest point in the state. But I know I've been there, but I don't ever remember seeing anything more than a fucking hill.
Maybe that was it. Cause I went to Rockford to get a dog, and then we went to Rockford before for to go to Indian Lakes. I wonder if they changed the name of Indian Lakes. Did they do that, or you don't know?
I don't know.
Native American Lakes.
The first Squatter Lakes.
Something I don't know. Or they didn't change the name, they just changed the theme and it's all like Middle Eastern shit now.
No, sure, Chinese.
Instead of eagles, it's fucking uh,
Beijenqua Lake.
mm,
Oh no, I remember down around East St. Louis, we used to try to go out doing shit with the kids. We'd go fishing sometimes. We went to go to Horseshoe Lake,
hmm
and right down in that area, there's two Horseshoe Lakes. There's one right on the edge of East St. Louis, which you do not want to go to, and there's one 20 or 30 miles or so north of it. Well, we went to the one by East St. Louis first because it's the first one we found.
right.
And we just get there and we're looking around the lake and like, Bill Way's like, I don't want to fish anymore. You know, because it looked like it was a fucking big sewage pond.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could believe that. That's how the fucking lake in Chicago started looking on the north side anyway.
so we called the guy that sent us that way, and he said, no, 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 no. That's not the Horseshoe Lake. The Horseshoe Lake State Park is on far north of that. That's where we went. It was all right.
Yeah, you guys just so happen to be at a horseshoe shaped lake. That's all that is.
Well, it was called Horseshoe Lake also.
Oh, was
I
it?
didn't get, yeah.
But it was the horseshoe lake where we dump all of our sewage at and shit.
It was Horseshoe Lake City Park or some shit.
Oh, they okay. I got what you're saying. They actually had a dedicated park.
Most of those are fucking ugly anyway. Any of those lakes that are backwater of the Illinois or Mississippi River,
hmm
you know, they're always fucking muddy. Uh,
I thought you were
and
talking about like an actual, like it was a lake, like
no,
Michigan or Ontario or something like whatever the fuck is over there.
most of the stuff over there is backwater off of the Illinois River or Mississippi River, depending on where you're at. Down there would have been the Mississippi. We got a bunch of those up here that are backwaters, Chautauqua. I don't know that. Uh, Howard Lake is considered backwater, but it's a power plant waterway that pulls off the river. So it's the worst lake I've ever been on for a boat.
East St.
It's
Louis's hood, he says. Isn't fucking. See, I always thought East St. Louis was St. Louis, or whatever the fuck, because we drove to St. Louis before when I was a kid. Not a kid,
I'll
but I
tell
was a
you what.
teenager. But isn't some people, it's like part of Illinois, ain't it?
There's when I was working down there, I had a guy come up to me. He said, "You know," he said, "I grew up in Harlem." This was a black cop. He said, "I grew up in Harlem." He said, "And I would not spend the night in this fucking city without several guns." I don't either, man. East St. Louis was fucking horrible.
But is it Illinois or is it
Yeah,
fucking St. Louis?
it's East St. Louis, Illinois.
Now, is it actually literally Illinois or is it just because it's on like the border? It's the
It's
cusp.
actually Illinois because it's on this side of the Mississippi River
Oh, okay. Then why call it East St. Louis? Isn't that redundant?
because it's directly east of St. Louis.
But I didn't. They didn't call it east of St. Louis.
I mean, look at it. It's that area. There's Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas, right side by side each other. There's not even east or west there.
I'll tell you what. I don't like New York because they always got like compared to Chicago and shit like that, and they ain't Chicago. And then fucking like crime wise and all that shit. When I was younger, and they ain't Chicago. And then I always hated fucking St. Louis because of that rapper Nelly. Fucking came out and made a song about Air Force One shoes, and we've been wearing Air Force One shoes since fucking we were little kids and shit. And he wanted to act like St. Louis was the only ones doing that. So
I
I
uh,
hate St. Louis and New York.
I really don't have a problem with St. Louis. St. Louis is too liberal, but the town itself, there's only certain segments of it back when I was familiar with it that were bad, and it wasn't bad in the same manner as certain areas in the south side of Chicago bad were. And it wasn't bad like East St. Louis bad was.
Yeah.
Uh, but now I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of the suburbs are pretty rocky in St. Louis.
Hmm.
But I think suburbs, some of the suburbs in any city are potentially problematic.
Ain't nothing wrong with Sexy says so. What's wrong with hillbillies? Ain't nothing wrong with hillbillies. I've gotten some of the best fucking head from hillbilly girls. Um,
Say the best pussy I ever had was Hillbilly Girl.
Yeah, it's just I use the word hillbilly like I use the word like queer to describe gays or fucking I don't know. It's just a word. So I
The
just
uh,
describe like, hey, that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So never mind.
the the hillbilly girl in question that I was talking about was one I thought I could spend the rest of my life with after that night, and I never fucking saw her again. She fucking took off and went to college the next fucking day. Didn't even fucking mention that she was going, like it would have mattered. At least in that moment, it wouldn't have mattered a goddamn bit.
I don't remember the fucking. I'm sorry to change topics, but I don't remember the dog bleeding this fucking much. It's
Who
been
gives a shit?
it's been 3 fucking days. 4 days?
Uh,
3 or 4
I know
days?
these dogs' mother did that for several days.
Oh, okay. I just don't remember her bleeding this far after it, but maybe I just don't remember because I didn't give a fuck. I don't
Well, Connery saying hillbilly girls try harder. Here's what it is. It's just a misunderstanding. Northern girls say, yes, you can fuck. Hillbilly girl says, yes, y'all can fuck.
Oh yeah. See, I don't see. He said he's used to it. I got called that all the time. But see, I'm not. I ain't using it in a derogatory way. I don't think. At least I don't
Well,
mean it
now,
as derogatory.
have you ever seen real, honest to God hillbillies? I
Like,
mean, like ones you could look at and you know there's only one fucking limb on that tree.
oh yeah, no, not really. Now I have met, like like at fucking where was it at? It was Georgia, and this motherfucker had the deepest fucking twang that I've ever heard in my life. But I don't like. I didn't get like a fucking. This was a weird guy or something like that. Nothing like that.
Down there when my mom lived in Kentucky, the family that she rented her double wide off of, uh, their grandkids were that, and it was fucking obvious. I mean, they're talking eating fucking corn through a picket fence.
That's great. Right, fresh out of mama's hand.
You couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying most of the time.
Yeah, that was the guy in Georgia. It was like mush mouth almost. Like, Robert, that back over there, then grab that bag, and then take it over here, and then we're gonna go, and then I'll let you pay for it at the cash register. I'm like, what? All I heard was cash register. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. But yeah, um,
I mean, I went out with the one kid I was talking about. Went out and did ginseng hunting with him a couple of times. He's all right kid. Just you really had to pay particular attention to what he was saying to understand it.
I could imagine. This DJ was saying as far as solid and self-reliant, mad respect. So I could see definitely like kind of like almost like growing up in the fucking ghetto. Like I bet you there's some tough motherfuckers. That's like white. Being a hillbilly is like white ghetto, right?
Well, now the hillbillies that we're talking about, the hill people, however the fuck you want to put it, the backwoods people. I don't give a shit how you want to word it.
Yeah.
When that Antichrist from that book takes over and the dollar crashes and all that shit goes down, they're not going to know any different.
Yeah. See, that was kind of my point in moving away. Like moving out here in Nevada is like I don't. Whatever happens in your regular world, I don't care because I'm here in my own world.
That's the same thing with like third world countries overseas in Africa and whatnot. You know, they're not going to be hammered by finance because they ain't got it fucking now.
uh, See, like DJ Play Nice was saying, seeing 10-year-olds smoking and chewing was weird. My little brother and I were like, what the fuck? That's like going to the hood. It's like being in the
Well,
ghetto.
something you don't get either is that a lot of what the hillbillies were doing was raising tobacco. So, you know, there wasn't the stigma to it that's got put on it from everybody else. Everybody fucking.
Well, yeah, supposedly that's how Long John Silver's got started too. They were a front for a weed business.
I don't care. I still like it with malt vinegar.
See, I never liked. That's why I believe that whole shit because I never really liked Long John Silver's, and nobody that I really know likes fucking Long John Silver's.
I love Long John Silver's, especially with the malt vinegar.
Ah, you're crazy.
I mean, it. I'm not saying that it tastes like fish because it don't. I mean, it tastes like breaded nothing. But you put malt vinegar on it, then you get crispy malt vinegar, which is great. And honestly, I haven't been into Long John Silver's in probably 8 years.
That's the thing. Nobody fucking has.
Well, there ain't one anywhere that I go by. You know, the only one I know of off the top of my head, I don't ever go to where it's at. Um, there, I would go there back when there was a county market store in the big building behind it. When that went out, reason to go there. And that's what's killing a lot of business. As Walmart moves to the edge of town, and then the mall gets put up across the road, and all the fast food joints move from downtown out there where all the people are at.
Mm. Well, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We're running
Well,
late.
we've made it 4 minutes over an hour.
Wait a second. What? We started at 8 o'clock?
We started at 9:30 or 9:15.
It's 9:20 right now.
Not here.
What
Started at
is it?
7:15 by your clock.
Yeah.
11:20.
So that's been 2 hours. And 2 hours and 5 minutes, according to YouTube.
Oh, when I said it, I meant 2 hours and 4 minutes. Hour.
You just said 1 hour instead of two.
Yes.
Whatever.
It went so fast because you're such an entertaining prick.
Man,
And in case y'all didn't catch the sarcasm in it, I didn't mean it a goddamn bit.
Shit. As in the words of the immortal Mad Sexy, see y'all later.
Have a good day, everybody. We are
Chin
fucking
chin.
out of here.
Yeah. Cheers.
I know this is never day. I know this is just a play. Look at this man, my friend. The answer's right for you. You're watching the Hollywood podcast. You're watching the new one live. You're watching the Hollywood podcast.